So all of this points to it being a good time for Hearts flying high at the top of the league to be facing Celtic. But is it really a good time to be facing them?
Without Dyson Maida, Alistair Johnson, any actual Cameron Carter-Vickers, and as I mentioned, look, barely a striker to the name, no right winger.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a good time to play Celtic.
But what I mean by that is full time at Dens Park on Sunday, Michael. Obviously, Hearts convincing when it come on 24 hours earlier, top of the league, 5 clear. This is the time to play Celtic.
Yeah.
Then as the week goes on, and you see it all the time. I've seen it, when non-old firm teams have made a kind of good start.
Yeah.
But by the end of the week, it's like, because now the pressure it changes, the psychology changes.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Hearts are now faced with the team who are under favourites tag. Are they going to be favourites?
Well, that's the thing. People are now saying that Hearts should be
favourites. So, but it changes a bit because Celtic, for all their struggles just now with personnel and injury problems, Celtic and Rangers, when they were used to win titles, they still have that mentality that non-old firm clubs don't have.
I get it. I don't get the fact. I don't get that Hearts are favourites because you look at Celtic against Graz, who are top of the Austrian Bundesliga, and by the way, Celtic gave them a spanking. If Celtic had anything up top, it'd been 3-4. I mean, as you know, I'm a very modern analyst. Comes to the game, Celtic XG. Expected goals was higher than it's been in against any game since St Johnstone last season. It was like 4 point something, and Graz were under 1, so it should have been a 4-0 game.
Right.
They scored a worldie, so it should have been 4-0 game against a decent opposition.
Yeah.
So Celtic thumped them. Thumped Sturm Graz. So they have got it in them, despite the gaps in their squad to do that.
Yeah.
So I think Celtic are still a force. What I think psychologically though, if Hearts don't get a result against Celtic and they lose to this team with so many problems, so many injuries, I think that is, in terms of the kind of belief in this kind of Hearts title challenge, would take some thumping. It would take a major hit, not just in the stands, but in the squad itself. I think their belief would be shaken. I think at the moment there is this kind of belief, a quiet belief that they can go and see it out. I think if it didn't beat Celtic this weekend, that takes a hit. It takes a major hit. And I've heard people say it's a free hit for Hearts. They've got a 5-point lead. They get beat. It doesn't really matter.
No.
I don't think it is. I think psychologically, if Hearts lose at Tynecastle, I think the whole narrative about their title challenge takes a beating. Because Celtic will never be as vulnerable as they are this weekend.
Hearts have got what chance? Full house.
If you can't beat Celtic at their worst, what chance are they going to have against them at their best?
Yeah.
So I think that, weirdly, I think it's almost a must-win for Hearts rather than Celtic, despite the gap. And that sounds weird.
And that's why I was saying that to you.
Yeah.